Hi. So welcome here all with the GMT Academy. So now I want to explain about how the stock market works. So this small session will help you to understand how the stock market works. So I would request you to please be there and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed, right? And also don't forget to click on bell icon because whenever we upload any new video or content, so automatically you will get the notification. And so the most important thing is we want to create impact not only with the limited audience but with the larger audience as well, and without your support this won't be possible at all. So it's a humble request to everyone who is watching this YouTube channel. So if you can just share this content with others who are looking for a job change or who are looking or seeking for this content, would be very helpful, right? Because I have already taken one step to build content like this and to share with you guys. So similar way I would expect the cooperation from you. You also take one step and share this content with others. Okay, so let's start with the main discussion. So here we're gonna discuss about how the stock market works. Okay, so here if you see stock market, it means it's a place. It's a very important one. Stock market, it means it's a place where investor come together. Investor or the companies, governments or fund businesses, brokers, right, custodians, banks, they all come together and they buy and sell in securities, right? They all come together. So NSE, BSE, those are the platforms where buyer, seller, governments, investors, fund management houses, mutual funds, hedge funds, all they come together and they buy and sell in securities. So that marketplace we call it as stock market, right? Stock market help to raise funding to the companies as well as to the government bodies also. So it means government can also raise funds through stock market, as well as private companies also they can raise funding through stock market, because stock market offer facilities for stocks. So it means common equity as well as to the bonds also. If you want to purchase the XYZ company's bonds, or if you want to purchase the government bonds, so it means different ministry of government. Let's say if I take the example of NHI, National Highway Authority of India, who issue the bonds in market, right? Even though you would have heard about sovereign bonds or gold bonds, right? So here, all the bonds, if you see, stock exchanges help companies and government to exchange their securities, right? To exchange their securities. So it means NSE, BSE, or marketplaces like NSE, BSE, then even at international level, like Shanghai Stock Exchange, Nikkei Stock Exchange. There are many more. Nasdaq, Japan market, China market. Every country they have their stock exchanges, which they help and support to their governments or companies to raise the funding for their business operations, right? So that's what here if you see, so it's an ecosystem, and we have a few examples where, so if you see, if I take the example of IPO, IPO is nothing but, let's say XYZ company want to sell the stake, XYZ company, or let's say XYZ company want to sell the stake, it means the XYZ company or any private limited company, if they want to raise funding through common public like us, then they can comes with the IPO event, or they can issue the stocks to raise capital to the investors, and that event eventually we call it as IPO. IPO means initial public offering is nothing but initial public offering. It means when the private limited companies want to raise capital from the public, then they can come up with the initial public offering event. So where they raise the fund, right? The third one is companies use that fund to generate the more revenue. So it means they raise fund and they invest in a technology or any infrastructure development, product development, service improvement, or any kind of enhancement or expansion if they are looking for, then they can utilize that fund for such a projects which can help companies to generate their revenue. And if the companies generate more revenue, so it means automatically price of that particular shares would be increase on a day by day basis, or maybe month on month basis, or year on year basis in the market automatically, right? So that's what here, if you see stock market as one of the medium where along with the company, because see company's requirement is capital, and that's what they come in this particular market to raise the funds. But if you see the investors, they play a very crucial role where so investors buy and sell the securities in between, and they also make profit or money, right? So here we have an example how stock market works. Again, let's take the example of any company. If I take the example of GMT Academy, let's say GMT Academy is a public listed company, or GMT Academy want to issue the shares in the market, then company can list the securities in the market, and that event we call it as again to to issue the securities to the public. So it means that would be IPO, initial public offering event. Investor purchase stocks from a company which them part owners. In exchange the company gets more capital. So in short, company sell the assets to the shareholders and raise the funds, right? And then shareholders become the real owner of a company for the particular holding, whatever holding that they are looking for, right? Then shareholders earn money, or they can earn money in two ways. One, when the company make the profit or when company generate revenue, then company would be entitled to distribute that profit as a dividend. So it means one form of income would be dividends, or the other form of income would be maybe stock dividend or benefits, I would say benefits, or it can be bonus or any other form that you would see. But in short, the one medium would be to get the profit as a stock dividend from that particular company, and other would be they can reach out to the marketplaces like NSE, BSE, and where they can sell the particular stocks, to the buyer, and buyer can buy that particular stocks. Let's say when they participated in IPO, the profit, that price that they got around, let's say 2000, right? And when they sell the securities in open market, let's assume it price was 3000, right? And company also distribute meanwhile, let's say dividend of 500. So it means their profit would be capital invested 2000, market price which they got around 3000, and dividend also that they received around 500. So around 1500 profit that the investor can make from this particular stock, right? And that's what stock works in this way. It's a cycle, it's a pure cycle. Then again buyer can sell to someone, buyer after that they'll become also sell. So eventually here that you would see rapid buy and sell activities, and here the investors or traders, they make the money through buy and sell the securities. Buy and sell is not the only one strategy. So you would see many more multiple strategies where investor or trader, they can apply to fetch the money from the capital market. There are different strategies like buy, sell, hold, right? Then short selling, intraday, holding, buy, cover. So you would say a number of different strategies that I do not want to discuss at the moment, but I just want to explain about how the stock market works, right? It's an ecosystem where investor participate, broker participate, custodian participates, NSDL, CDSL like depositaries, they participate, and then up to you would see your entire ecosystem that will complete. Otherwise, if any character is missing, then you would see, so that will be kind of incomplete activities. And on top of that, so it's a very important body is regulator. Now we have a SEBI, or Stock Exchange Commission of India. Stock Exchange Commission of India. So they can also manage the stock exchange activities, right? Whatever trades that executed on a stock exchange like NSE and BSE. So they monitor each and every activity, and they try to protect the interest of investor. They try to protect the investment of investor, and they also try to encounter the potential frauds from the market, because we have seen Indian market have seen so many frauds or scandals in the history of stock market, not only India but across globe, that we have seen many ups and downs in the stock market, because stock market is, or bond market, or FX market, those markets I would say that works in the similar direction or similar pattern. But so the important is stock market is also one of the indicator which contributes in the GDP of the nation, contributes in GDP, and that's what it becomes a very essential, that or the stock market is also one of the kind of major that one of the kind of, I would say, contributor which can contribute to the nation's GDP as well. That helps nations to have a investment kind of this, and that also support companies and governments to raise the funds for their short term as well as long term projects. So I hope this small session that will help you guys to understand how the stock market works and all. If you want the session on the different participants like depository, brokers, prime brokers, or any other participants, if you want that, then I would request you can put that in comment section. So definitely I'll give my best to pick up that topic, prepare one slide, and then represent like this, if you like this kind of representation and all. Okay, and apart from this, if you guys are looking for any courses, certification courses, then we are as a GMT Academy offering certified courses, so you can enroll there and directly you would in my session, so it means I will be there as your trainer. So if you are interested, then please do register immediately and get the 50% discount on each courses. We'll see you in next session on a different topic. Meanwhile, bye, thank you, Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.